Welcome back to the Who's at the Gates podcast. I, of course, am your host, Casey Phoenix, and we are covering today's episode, which we're doing this Tuesday night, and to be uploaded Wednesday, which it was a cute episode. And of course, it just never feels right to do an episode by myself. I have to have my co-host by my side, the woman who right now is wearing a t-shirt saying, "I'm Tomas's #1 fan." The woman who has been complaining for almost the last 2 weeks, saying, "Why haven't they brought back Tomas yet?" The incomparable Diana.
What happened to being honest? What happened to, I tell people the truth or whatever. I don't even say at this point, but what happened to the card saying need to be more gentle?
And see, just so everyone knows, Diana and I were literally having a conversation before we started recording about me, because like I tell the truth to people, but sometimes I can be a little bit rough. And I was telling her, like, I did a reading on myself, and it's like, you need to have more compassion when you tell people the truth. And I was telling Diana about it, so that's what she's referencing that conversation earlier.
Like,
but I had to
ignore
tell
the cards.
I had to tell the world, Diana, how much you love Tomas, which is true. You love Tomas, you just don't know it yet.
As much as I love going to the dentist.
Or driving to Hollywood, but these are minor details.
Minor details.
Goodness. All right. So we can get into this. It's Nicole and F Boy is back. And do you have anything before we start this scene, Diana?
We were having a few good weeks. That's all I'm gonna say. Interpret that how you want. But we're here. Yeah.
It's like when we were asking the writers to pick things back up, that didn't mean bring back the people that we didn't need. But these are minor details. Again, let's just go ahead and play the scene.
I am such a sleepyhead today, Carlton.
No problem. You can rest in my arms.
Would you be okay with the rain check? I truly am on the verge of collapsing. And it has been a while since we've spent the night together. So when we do, I would like to give you my best self. Listening to me snore all night will not do.
But the little noises you make when you're asleep are so cute.
Well, I would rather you experience the sultry temptress and not the snooze queen.
Okay. But I look forward to cashing my rain check. Sweet dreams. About me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He gives me the ick. Like, oh, put your little head on my shoulder, and I love the cute little noises. Like, I'm sure some people find him romantic. You know, I know he has like a lot of fans, but it's just like really giving desperate.
You know, I can be like that though, and it's honestly genuine, where I find certain things to be attractive in people, even the things that some people might be like, oh, that's not an attractive feature. And snoring can be attractive on some people. But for this situation, my feelings will not change about this man. We can have a conversation about him 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. I will still feel the same. He's still an F-boy. And I'm still hung up on the whole thing of Ted is supposed to be your boy. And you did what you did as soon as Nicole, the ink wasn't even dry on the divorce papers. That's why I'm just kind of like, eh. However, there is a moment of schadenfreude for me right now, because Nicole is giving him this line, and we will show, we'll do a still covering it, but I feel like her not leaning into him, her not choosing him, is exactly what he deserves because of what he did to Ted.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Sorry. You go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and it's not even a thing of me windmilling for Ted, because like you know me, I'm cool with Ted, but it's just that was messed up. It really, out of all the women in the DMV, man, that's who you had to go for. So for her to like have been giving him a try, and now basically he's just D on call is what he is, because Nicole even said like, hey, I want to make sure I'm refreshed so you get the best version of me, where it's kind of like her saying like, look, we both know this is going to the bedroom. I need to make sure I can handle that. Until I can, we need to sleep in separate beds. It wasn't, oh, let's have some romance and cuddle and do this. No, 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 no. This is purely physical. I'm not leaning on you for anything else. That's what Kyle's for. You got it, Dan.
You bring up a good point. I mean, I think that's why he gives me the ick. It's not necessarily that he's being romantic, but I think I find it so clingy because we know that he's waited however many years just to have a chance at her. And he immediately comes in and just like tries to pick up where they left off, which like that's not a problem either, but it's just I don't know if Nicole finds him attractive because it's like she knows him, right? Like this is like he is basically a part of her old life, the life with Ted. And that's why I can't for the life of me think of like why she would even entertain him as a possible relationship or as a person to even sleep with. Because I just like try to cut all ties. You know, it's just like, oh, you're affiliated with Ted. I can't do that. Which goes back into the point that you're making, which is like, you know, she's not asking him to be like her comfort. She's not asking him to be like, you know, there at the end of a long day. She's just like, listen, let me rest up before I have to take another ride. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm hoping. No, you know, no shade to the actor or anything. I'm hoping this just means it's like she's just gonna have to move on. She's gonna make her choice and move on.
Well, let's hope so. I just don't believe in Gators. We're about to move on from the scene. Sometimes this man, I have a lot on my chest to get off, a lot to get off my chest when it comes to this man, because I just don't like his character. I really don't. I don't like that backstabbing behind the scenes, whatever stuff. And then to be able to keep a straight face during it all, because don't forget, this wasn't just his friend, it's also his business partner. So he didn't even think about, oh, well, how will this affect the business of me dating and sleeping with Nicole? So that's why I'm on one when it comes to him. But I'm just kind of like, okay, sir, this woman does not want you. It's getting to that level. And for me, if someone doesn't want me, I move on quickly. Because it's just like, why are we still here? What are we talking about? Because I remember one person I was dealing with, we were just getting to know each other. It wasn't anything serious, but we were getting to know each other. And then they told me about something they didn't like about me. And I was like, okay. And they felt due to that specific thing, it wouldn't be any point in continuing. I'm like, bet, let me go. I was like, okay. So I just blocked, because that's what I do. If I date someone and I feel like it's not, I'm just like, okay, if I'm not really trying to talk to you, I block, especially if I feel you're not interested in me, because I have a huge ego, just so people know. And I don't play that stuff. I have too much self-esteem and self-respect for myself to be pining over someone forever, ever, unless it's real love. Because like the person I was on and off with for 10 years, the one I told you I was close to marrying, but didn't. Mm-hmm. That situation, it was like, okay, that was real love and we had been through some stuff or whatever. Sir, you just showed up last year, right after she got out of a divorce. So I don't, it's one way. She doesn't feel the same way about you that you feel about her. And if that's the case, like Fantasia said, if you don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. But he won't do that because he's an F-boy. He's insecure. He's weak. And he doesn't have a lot of self-respect for himself when someone is dissing him to just be like, okay, well, F you. But that's just how I feel about it. You got anything else before we close out?
No. And your mom was a hoe. I don't know, like the smoke you have for this man.
That part. Oh goodness. Okay, let's go to Bill and Hayley with this hot mess as well. Hold on, 7:42. Let's see, 7:42.
Bring Hayley down. Are you serious? Aerophobia is your excuse?
Come on, Hayley. You know I'm not afraid of flying.
Okay, then tell me what it is, because you promised to take me to St. Bart's. Now you what, backing out?
Look, we can still go, just not immediately.
Tell me why not.
You just have to trust me, Hayley.
As your wife, I deserve a real answer.
I'm afraid that you'll freak out.
Keep evading my questions and I'll do worse than that. I want a straight answer, Bill.
There's been some stuff going on with me, health-wise.
Well, you haven't had any trouble with your words like before.
Thankfully.
Are you worried, I don't know, about how your hand still shakes sometimes?
It's more than just the tremors in my hand, Hayley.
Then what is it?
A little while ago, I collapsed.
You know what? At this point, now that St. Bart's has been canceled, Hayley just would have been better off taking that butter knife and stabbing that man in the neck and claiming temporary insanity. And
To
keeping
free
it.
her, to free herself from the gates, because that just lands her in jail. Oh,
Because you were thinking he was going to collapse at the airport. We didn't even make it to the airport.
right.
So I'm just like, they were like, St. Bart's ain't in the budget. We can't do a St. Bart's scene.
Oh my God. I
No
honestly
live on
thought-
location.
I really thought we were gonna get an airport scene, and that's where it was all gonna go down. And I just, y'all, I'll do it. I'll take Bill out. If that's what it takes, I'll just get down to it. I mean, I know a lady with wigs that can help me out and make it look like it's, random or something, but I'll do it because I can't take this anymore.
I'm just like, I feel like we need to start a clock. Those countdown clocks they do and be like, okay, 1 day has passed and Bill still isn't dead. 2 days have passed. Oh goodness. And then by the time we get to day 418, it's like, wow. Yeah.
You're so weird.
It's just okay. She got the St. Bart's thing booked. He agreed to it. All of a sudden, he's like, well, no, I collapsed. Where was this energy before? With you collapsing? Like what changed in the last few minutes? Because you had already told her you agreed to it, and now you're like, oh no, we can't go. And
Oh, I mean, you asked what changed. It might have been Dani barging into his house. It could have been, I mean, and then his girls, like, I know the beef and that whole drama had to do with Hayley, but I think he is seriously considering, like, okay, maybe I should take care of my health. And the talk with Joey. So she did bad by, like, letting him out of her sight because she thought she had it in the bag and she was out celebrating. And what have you. And so here we are.
I just wasn't expecting all of those conversations to sway him that much. I just felt like he was frustrated because he's done a lot of testing, but still doesn't have any answers. And it's kind of like, okay, what are we doing here? But now, because I feel he still hasn't said he's calling Madison. He still hasn't said, oh, I'm definitely going to set up an appointment now or this or that. It's sort of like, well, I'm not going to St. Bart's, but I'm not really going to the doctor either. So then it's like, okay, well, why are we here?
Yeah, he's not helping himself. I mean, I think also, I just lost my train of thought, but I do think he's worried. I think that's the thing, though. I do think he's worried. I do think in the back of his mind, he's thinking, like, there's always this unease. And you're not going to go on, enjoy yourself on vacation like that. I thought it was funny that Hayley was like, she rebounded. She's like, okay, well, let's do local. Let's do this beach house. And he's like, are you trying to get me to buy another beach house? Like, it feels like you're working. So it's just like, how can you be so smart and not realize like that's exactly what's happening?
Yeah, let's leave these people be and move on to another situation on the show that's running me low. 12 D8. Okay, here we go.
I didn't realize you were back from Puerto Rico.
Surprise. Did I miss the memo about you taking over for your dad while I was gone?
I'm just working on Madison's lawsuit.
Why wouldn't you do that at your own office?
Well, it's just easier to do all the casework for her suit here at the firm.
Really? Well, you do seem awfully comfortable at Bill's desk.
Tomas, I have no interest in working full-time for my dad, so you can stop viewing me as the rival, okay?
Sorry for coming in hot. I just landed back in DC and I came here expecting to find Bill.
I understand, but my dad worked from home today, so you're not going to get brownie points for trying to jump right back in.
Just checking on things.
No need. Use this time to be with the person I know you'd rather be catching up with right now. Kat.
Thanks for the advice.
Sure thing.
Oh,
Tomas need to sit down somewhere. I don't know. Like he's talking about, oh, because Naomi's like, I'm not your rival. And even if she was, Tomas, what you gonna do? That's Bill's daughter. And again, this is the thing about self-esteem that I was talking about, where if let's say that Naomi did want to take over for Bill, and we've had this conversation, that's Bill's daughter. She has every right to do so. This is, like you mentioned, Diana, before, this is a family law firm. And if Bill does not see your value, why are you begging someone to see your value? One thing that I've learned is that sometimes people's value is hidden from others because the universe knows that the person won't appreciate their value. So it puts them in a different situation where they do move on to someone else that will appreciate their value. So Tomas, if you feel you're not being valued, if you feel Naomi might end up being the pick or this or that, why are you begging for someone to recognize you? If they're not valuing you, might be hidden for a reason. And I'm saying this on a more quote unquote life lesson level, I guess you could say, because I don't windmill for Tomas like that. We know this. At the same time, it's just like, sir, why are you having this conversation with Naomi, making her life more difficult when she's trying to do her research? Just saying. Diana, you got it.
Yeah, I don't know why she even left that office.
I would have kicked it.
Like, hey, I'm still doing some work here. Like, you're dismissed. There's absolutely no reason why he should be questioning her. I don't understand. And him just immediately backpedaling, like, I'm sorry, I came in hot. Like, yeah, it's just annoying all around. And I'm glad that she's just like, don't you have a girlfriend? And he's just like, yeah, I guess. Like, it's just, oh my God, I hate this man so much.
Diana, now you know you love Tomas. Now
I'm like, do they not need lawyers in the island, in Puerto Rico? They don't need, he can't practice law there. He can't environmental law. Like, why does that have to be in the DMV area? I need him to go. I am actually quite sad that he's back.
Well, I guess we'll see more of him, possibly. I don't know. I guess he's taking a hands-off approach with the whole Kat, Bill, and Hayley situation. So, because Kat's like, oh, can you help us? And Tomas is like, oh, hell no, I'm not getting involved in it.
Right, he's just like, keep me out of it. And it's just like, dude, do you want to help your situation or not? I am disgusted.
Well, and I understand where he's coming from, because I was just kind of like, why don't you just do it covertly? Like, it's not saying that, oh, you have to go confront Bill or something. You could just do it undercover. And then I also see like, oh, well, if he played a role in something and Bill finds out about it, that could be an issue. But again, it goes back to, why are you so pressed about this whole Bill thing and being seen at the firm? If someone does not recognize your value, seek elsewhere. But again, like Carlton, Tomas has low self-esteem, and here we are, dealing with his shenanigans.
We all suffer.
All right. Oh, okay. This scene was so funny. Let's go ahead and get to the next one, 1432. All right, 30. Let's just do it here.
Cat.
It's nice to see you guys, but where's my wife?
Naomi went to Dad's office.
Now? Most people are starting to wind down for the day.
Time was of the essence.
Uh-huh. Okay, so if Naomi left, why are you all still here?
Listen, we weren't quite done with our conversation, okay?
I already got kicked out of my dad's house by Hayley. Am I about to get booted out of my sister's home too?
No way. And Hayley has some nerve doing what she did to you and Naomi.
I should have kicked her scrawny butt into next week for how she treated my girls.
Okay, it seems like I walked in on some kind of meeting of the minds. Are you all putting your heads together to plan revenge, or?
My son-in-law, the true detective.
Should I be concerned about what y'all are plotting?
Diana, I feel like I want to give this to you because of how highly you have spoken of Jacob's detective skills in the past stuff. So
when she said, my son-in-law, the true detective, I'm like, who else is married to Naomi? Because she cannot be talking about Rashad. I don't know why we keep on lying and saying that he's a detective. He literally ruins just the scene for me. Like,
I thought it was funny when he come in. He's like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Sir, you're not needed. This isn't your house. Go away. That's how I felt. Like I have a bone to pick with Jacob too, especially because I think when Naomi comes back, he's just like, he's down with them pursuing this kind of investigation and all that, but he's just like, I mean, I don't really trust Kat. She gets carried away. She's the reason why Chelsea's alive. He couldn't figure out literally anything on his own. So I don't understand why he isn't just being like, you know what, Kat's got it.
Yeah, well, also, and Dani, he feels Kat and Dani are both kind of like loose cannons when it comes to investigations. And he trusts Naomi and Chelsea to do it, but not necessarily Kat and Dani, which they can be loose cannons at times. But like you said before, Kat is the reason that Jacob was able to get that lead on finding Chelsea, which, by the way, if you want to watch that kidnapping series, we do have all 3 videos up. Feel free to look those up in season 1 memorable moments. But yeah. So, but I do feel that now that he's invested, but we know why he's really invested. He's really invested because he heard the name Joey. And when Naomi was like, oh yeah, we found out Randy works for Joey, and then that's when his ears perked up. And he's like, okay, this might lead me to the Impaler. Let me jump on board with this one and see where it goes. Because honestly, he doesn't have anything to lose right now because he doesn't have any real leads.
No, why would he? He's just apparently a detective.
But yeah, now that he's involved with now, because I will say this, it is picking up over the last 2 days. It has been, okay, let's figure out this Hayley thing. And I believe because you have so many people trying to get to the bottom of it, it has no choice but to come out, because now Kat wants to know, Dani wants to know, Jacob wants to know, Naomi wants to know, Chelsea wants to know, Vanessa is invested, even Anita is invested as well, because now she knows about Randy. So you have pretty much half the cast invested, at least half the cast invested in finding out this connection between Hayley and Randy now. So I do believe we should have something wrapped up with this storyline by the end of the month, by no later than the end of the month.
You're gonna be saying that at Easter. Daylight savings time.
I know a lot of things will have passed. Let's see. What's the next? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get to this one. This was funny. Let's see. 2607. Did we just leave it here?
When I met Anita, she seemed kind and down to earth, especially for a star that big.
Nothing but a facade.
I doubt that's the case. My dad's been dating her daughter, and she seems super nice.
Okay. Nicole's nice is all for show, and she is anything but sweet.
I find it hard to believe that my dad would be spending nearly every night with a bad person.
Nicole learned about being a heroine from Anita. Back in the day, Anita put my mother out of the group without a second thought, all because a bigwig said that she was not star quality.
Oh, that's villain era behavior.
You see?
But it was a long time ago, right? And there's 2 sides to the story, I'm sure.
It was about a year ago that Anita admitted to her wrongdoing in front of a live audience, at a concert even. Google it if you don't believe me.
I will.
And now Anita is paying the price for her misdeeds, thanks to the trust fund I inherited. But as we know, nothing can make up for a mother's love.
I would give anything to get my mom back.
Well, you know, Anita does owe me a bunch of favors. And if you continue doing a good job at the clinic, I don't mind talking to her about giving you a foot in the door of the music industry.
Yeah. I don't know why. I am not saying this will happen. I'm just saying I won't put it past Leslie. I feel like Leslie might try to sleep with this man. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we we're not even gonna go there today because we have been giving this actor a hard time. Bless his heart.
Well, it's not even that. It's not even just the actor himself, even though, you brought it up. So I'm number one. But number two, Leslie likes a man. And I'm sorry, he's supposed to be maybe early 20s, right? Like, he's just a kid with no power. That's the thing. That's another thing, is that she wants someone with access to power, someone that can help her, and someone with connections, whether it be money, clout, crime, because she was on a Joey for a little bit there. And it's just like, this doesn't fit the profile, of who she really goes after. That's why I'm just like, it's not gonna happen.
I'm not saying that it's a definite thing. I'm saying that it wouldn't surprise me if she did. And the reason I'm not completely dismissing it, and if we're talking about percentage wise, I'm saying like maybe a 5% chance it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But Leslie is a manipulator. And Leslie knows that Nicole is dating Kial right now. I can only imagine if Leslie slept with Noah just to create friction between Nicole and Kial, because it's already clear, and Nicole called Leslie out on this and told Leslie that she is obsessed with her. And Leslie is obsessed with anything connected to Ted. And Nicole is one of those things. So to get back at Nicole, and I'm just speaking on how a villain would do stuff, because if I was a villain, that would be something I would do, where I'm like, okay, well, how can I wreck or create friction between Kial and Nicole to use Noah and sleep with him and kind of turn him into a weapon to a certain degree? That would be a villain thing to do, because Kial would probably lose it, being like, oh my God, if I wouldn't have gotten involved with Nicole, my son wouldn't be dealing with this temptress and stuff. So that's why I'm saying that. Like, I'm not putting it past Leslie. Now, the story Leslie is telling about Anita is an accurate story in the sense of that's exactly what happened. Now, is she adding little bits and pieces to make Anita look like this horrible person and make Nicole look like this horrible person? Yeah. She's playing it up a little bit. But I mean, still, it's a true story. And that's just what it is. Now, also on the other side of this, based off of the conversation, the other road it could go down is Leslie just wants to genuinely help him pursue his career while still manipulating at the same time, because again, she's a manipulator. Because if she gets she gets Noah into the industry, something that he really, really wanted, that would only make Kial think, okay, well, maybe Leslie isn't as bad, unless Kial sees through what she's doing. Because I do believe if she does help out Noah, there's still manipulation there, because that's what she does. But that's all I got on it. You got anything else?
See, I like that angle, right? That she's a villain. You're right. She's gonna do whatever to ruin Nicole's life. I just don't think the writers have that heat. They try to humanize her whenever possible. Like, is she gonna do something nefarious here? Yes, but it's gonna be something, I don't know, maybe like make it harder, like at most just make it harder for Nicole to like have a relationship with Kial, or with Noah, I should say. And at that point, I'm just like, look at Vanessa. She doesn't care. That's not a little boy anymore. That's a grown man who came and paid his credit card bills. So, why are we worrying about him? So I see. I like that angle. I like that, Leslie trying to sleep with him to ruin Nicole's life. I just don't think it will happen. So like now what we have here is her trying to turn him away from Nicole, and I'm just like, meh. I don't know. I'm just like not necessarily convinced, but I don't know if I care enough for that plot line. What I do, I just also what annoyed me about this is like, Eva and Isaiah where they're like, oh, we tried to save him. Like, no, trying to save him would have been like you would have given him the heads up on the first day, like, hey, my mom's a lot. She lies a lot, and you can't believe her. Like, this is the thing. I'm just like, girl, you know how your mom is. You can't leave her alone with new people because you don't know. Like, this is why it's like she's never going to change as long as like she doesn't see her mom for who she is. And it's like, okay, you want things to be successful, you want like a good clinic, then get people away from your mom.
Yeah. Now, in Leslie's defense, she was right about Noah. Like what they talked about earlier in the episode, that the person that OD'd and stuff, and then Noah went in and helped right away. So, and Eva even said, like, you know what, maybe I did, misjudge you or whatever. I judged you early and stuff. So at least Leslie was right about that. But I'm just like,
yeah. And I mean, sorry, but my gripe with that is like, girl, you weren't qualified to do shit either, and here you are. So
let me find the still right quick that we're about to cover, and then after the still, we'll do the final scene. Let's see. Let's do the still. 32:24. Okay, what the hell? 1 second. I put 32:24, and was it 31:24? No, 30. You know what? Let's just figure it out then. I'll just have to do it. Okay, so right about here. Almost. Okay. Okay, almost there, everyone. I'm like trying to get it exactly. There we go. So there's F boy. Okay, it was 32:24. What the hell? It didn't even look like it. Never mind. Anyway, there's F boy spying on Nicole and Kyle. And he's having that realization that it's like, oh wow, she don't want me. Yeah, I think that Nicole, this is the thing. I'm still not sold on this Kyle thing. I don't think Nicole wants to be with Kyle. I think Kyle, just like Carlton, is a placeholder, but on a different level. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like if you can't get the exact one man you want, sometimes you have to juggle multiple men to get different things from them. Like you have your man who's good for bed, you have your man who's good for cuddling, you have your man who's good for spending money, and so on and so forth. So,
sir, do you work for Heart Attach? Like, what is it? You're giving the menu. Do you work for Nicole? Like, are you there like the receptionist? And you're like, no, you can't just have one. You need 15. And you said it so casually. You're out in this country club selling all these services.
I mean, don't, Diana, this is 2026. People have to do what they have to do to maintain balance.
Okay, Heart Attach, employee of the month.
Now, but that's the thing. So Carlton is the sexual placeholder. Kyle is the emotional placeholder. I don't feel that just because she's choosing Kyle over Carlton, that this is like, oh, well, Kyle's the one. I'm not getting that. Maybe the writers want to go that direction, but for the character, in my opinion, I don't think she's in that energy. I really, really don't. So all of this is whatever to me, but at least Carlton is seeing like, oh, wow. In addition to that, dude, you were gone. And that's what people don't understand sometimes. Life moves on with or without you. when you disappear out of people's lives and stuff like that, their lives don't stop moving. I had that situation with one of the people, the 10-year person, when they had found out I was talking to someone else, like, oh, well, you're the one talking to someone else. Well, you were the one who weren't stepping up. Was my life just supposed to stop because you're not stepping up? No, life goes on. So he hasn't been present, and it's not his fault that he had to go off and do, that teaching position over at Banneker or whatever he was doing. It's just like you expect Nicole to just sit and wait for you, like you went off the war or something like that. Which, by the way, if someone goes off the war, that is the one situation where it's like, okay, you grant somebody some grace, and you obviously you can't stop your life, but you can put relationships on pause for a situation like that. Just saying. But I digress. Diana, you got the rest of this.
Wow, Carlton has received a lot of life advice in this episode. What was I gonna say? Lord, I can't remember. You said that like Kyle takes one box and Carlton takes another. I don't know if you were listening to this episode, but they could not have stressed enough why they were tired. It was like, oh man, we're just in bed all this time. And I'm just like, okay, Nicole, like she clocked in for 10 minutes at work, yawned, gossiped, and then Carlton comes in. She's like, actually, I'm just like really, really tired. I have to like brush my hair tonight. Bye. I'll catch you later. So I don't even know if Carlton fills that role for her.
Well, because yes, Kyle is good in bed. She's even admitted that. But also, I forgot what episode it was. I am pretty sure that when it comes to bed, Carlton was still her preferred.
Okay.
I don't remember, because remember when Dani was asking her what because it was like, girl, why are you asking your sister about her sex life? First of all, it's like this whole thing about Dani being in yeah, I digress. But when it was first starting up and Nicole had slept with Carlton, then later Nicole had slept with Kyle, Dani brought that up. And I'm pretty sure Nicole was like, yes, Carlton is the preferred, but there are certain things from Kyle that she gets that she doesn't get from Carlton. What I believe it is, and Gators, forgive me for being very graphic, but we're all adults here. What I believe it is that Carlton breaks Nicole's back and Kyle is very comforting after the fact.
You're right.
That's what I'm getting. So it's sort of like Carlton comes in there and like, there's some clapping going on. And Kyle comes in and he does similar, but it's not on a Carlton level. But Kyle has other bedroom attributes that he offers with consoling, one could almost say nurturing, compassion, that emotional warmth that's there. And not saying that Carlton can't give emotional warmth, but it's not on the level that Kyle gives it. And not saying that Kyle can't satisfy Nicole sexually, but it's not on the level that Carlton does. It almost goes back to the comic card conversation we had a few days ago, where I said, like, with characters on the comic card, they have certain things where they're like, their strength might be higher, but then their intellect might be lower, or vice versa, or it's equal, the same, this and that. For these characters, there's attributes that Kyle has that Nicole is like, okay, this is what they're good for. And then there's attributes that Carlton has that it's like, okay, this is what he's good for. Now, overall, Kyle is the better one. But if we're going to keep it 100, and I know I'm about to make some people mad, but this is what it is. Overall, Ted still dusts both of them, because Nicole said herself that Ted was the best. Catch that, T.
I think that was AI that you heard that at. I don't recall.
Wow.
I think you and Elise have been spending too much time together, and now you're just making stuff up. I don't think that's canon.
Nicole
So-
said it, not me. So I'm just saying. It was, I forgot what episode it was, but first of all, she even said when her and Ted were having a conversation about a week ago, no one knows me like you. And then also, I'm pretty sure that was the other thing. Yeah. Oh, I know what it was, because that was during the period when the dreams were heavy, and she was having that conversation with Dani, and that was it. Oh, and even because it's all coming back to me now. Even Nicole had said to Dani when they were talking about the whole sex thing. Nicole said sex was never me and Ted's issue. Nicole made that very clear. She flat out literally said that. She said sex was never me and Ted's issue.
Okay, well, it's clearly not an issue with her and these two fine gentlemen, so
I'm just saying. But again,
I don't know what.
Overall, Kyle is the better between the two right now. Now, if we include Ted, overall, Ted is the better between the three.
I still show me the timestamps and not some AI that you created, and maybe I'll agree.
We're going to have to do an introspection on Nicole's love life. We'll call it love life, but we know what part of the love life we're talking about. So, yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and go to this last thing right quick. Okay. Chelsea and Caroline, so 33-27.
I'm no longer on Hayley's invite list. We don't really do things together anymore.
Did the two of you have a fight?
Oh, nothing like that. She's probably just too busy.
Doing what? It's not like my dad holds her to the same impossible standards as his other employees.
That's true.
As far as I know, Hayley doesn't have any girlfriends besides you. And meanwhile, my dad puts in a ton of hours at work, so she's got to be spending her time with someone.
I suppose so.
Any idea who?
Why are you asking this, Chelsea?
Because what Hayley does affects my dad. Given his recent health issues, I just want to be sure that Hayley's going to be around if he needs her.
Yeah. I've been worried about Bill too.
If you find out about anything that's keeping Hayley occupied, I'd appreciate a heads up.
All roads.
Chelsea was a little too obvious for me.
Yes.
With Caroline, I still am not opposed to a storyline where her and Bill eventually get together. I'm not opposed to that. But I will say at least Caroline understood once Chelsea just came clean and was like, hey, I need to make sure old girl's gonna be around. And Caroline's like, okay. You know, Caroline can handle that because once it's all said and done, Bill is her number one client. And she has to do what's best for, and Caroline even said that to, I think, Naomi or something, where it was like, Bill's health is important because the firm depends on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because something happens to Bill, it might affect her job. So yeah, she's gonna, if I were Caroline, I side with Chelsea. A, it's Bill's daughter. B, it's like we're concerned about Bill here. So I would side with Chelsea. Dani, you got it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they brought her back. I'm just like, oh yeah, she does work there. Two, I just like, I hope she does, like, it almost seems like she wanted like a good relationship with Hayley, but I'm hoping that it was just a case that she was sucking up to Bill, because there's really no point of her being loyal to Hayley at this point. And it just sounds kind of weird that she's like, no, I mean, I don't really hang out with her anymore. Like, yeah. So I'm hoping Caroline comes into play. I'm hoping all these people just come out and finally solve this issue and put Hayley in jail or what have you, because I just need everyone to move on from Bill being poisoned.
Yeah, I'm ready to see what's happening because not to get too sidetracked, and I'll just go ahead and stop sharing now. We're the closing thoughts, but to discuss something. The Randy thing. I read on the actor who plays Randy, I read on his X account, he had posted something about Randy having an ex-wife and a child. And I'm like, wait, what? And then he had posted and it said people were arguing with him. He's like, people are arguing with me of all people about Randy having an ex-wife and a child. Because I read, hold on. Because let me go back to it right quick, go to his post. So, because he quoted his tweet is what he did. So the first tweet was, Randy has had an ex and a son since season 1. Now we all know it was an ex-wife thanks to Vanessa yesterday. Then he retweets it with a quote saying, and they argue with me, capital letters, of all people, capital letters, that Randy said he had a wife and kids. So now, because I don't remember it, but I'm not about to argue with this man who's on the show.
I vaguely remember it because it's like that's what happened when he first left. And I think I remember thinking, didn't he have a family or was that just a lie? So I remember, but I think that just shows me, you know, they were just like, well, we need to do something more with this character or something, what have you, right? Like, whatever the storyline is, it wasn't what was planned for him. And now we're here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not saying like he should have stayed as whatever role he was. Like, he clearly has a bigger role now than I think what they intended, like, way back when. And that could be because he, you know, the writers were like, you know what, he's a good actor, let's keep him. We like, you know, we like the chemistry with him in this cast. It could be for multiple things. I just don't think when they wrote his character, they had all him seducing Mona and all this.
Yeah, well, this is the thing though. He's saying now we know it was an ex-wife thanks to Vanessa yesterday. I don't remember anything in that conversation talking about an ex-wife, but let's just go ahead and run with this for a second. If this is the actor who plays Randy saying this, I'm getting the impression that his family might be getting wrapped up in this soon as they're investigating to see, okay, well, who is this Randy person Hayley is talking about? And maybe Kat will come across some information about him that leads to his wife and child. Also, I believe that there might be a small bit of a fallout between Dani and Vanessa for Vanessa not being more forthcoming about her ties to Randy. Like, she's like, yeah, him and Doug were best friends and they knew each other from Philadelphia, that. But I feel like Vanessa could have been more, could have offered more information, like how Doug and Vanessa saved Randy's life by getting him out from under Joey and how he had to go into hiding and this and that, like giving as much information as possible. It's just interesting. I think some dirt or some bones are about to be dug up, but you got it.
Yeah. I mean, I said that yesterday. It's just like, you know, Vanessa can say as much as she, you know, until says she turns blue in the face. Like, I'm Team Dupree and I'm all that. But when it comes down to it, she's not. You know, her immediately going to Randy is an example. When she tried to like break bread with Leslie, that's another example. It's like, girl, you are not loyal. Or how about this? You're loyal, but I just think it's hard for people to be loyal to multiple people, if that makes sense. Like, I'd say like Kat's loyal to her family. No one gives her the same courtesy, but you know, like that's a certain loyalty. I think she's more, but then when it comes down to her family and Tomas, like I think she's more loyal to her family than she will be to him. You know, like it's all spectrum. But there are definitely choices that she's making, which is just like, okay, so you want Randy to be safe, which isn't also not necessarily a bad thing, but you're right. You know, when the Duprees realize like that she could have had a role, she's gonna have to explain herself.
Yeah, and I'm reading another one of his tweets right now, or posts, because he quoted somebody else's tweet and then said something. So this person has said, Nah. In season 1, Randy told us he had a wife and son, capital letters, not an ex. He told us this when Joey asked him to get rid of Doug, and he was trying to flee the States. The writers think day one watchers forget shit, so they try to rewrite history with their inconsistent writing beyond the gates. And then he quoted that and said, it's not the writers, but tell you what, find the season and episodes where Randy said, wife, I can prove my claim, can you prove yours? And stuff. And I'm just like, and then he replied back to him, no, or she replied back to the actor. She said, I'm not that invested anymore. Y'all got it.
I mean, I also don't why he's going so hard on that. I mean, that's kind of weird to me. But
yeah, that's why I'm saying I think something's about to come up with the kids or the wife or whatever.
We can't get an airport scene and we can't get the firefighter. I don't think we're getting an ex of his family involved.
What a world. Okay, Gators. Well, on that note, definitely we had a good time covering this. We appreciate the love, as always. We appreciate the comments and stuff. And just so everyone knows, yeah, I enjoy doing my introductions for Diana. I have to sit and think, what can I talk about that Diana has been through, either in the day or recently, or what fits her personality? Like, what would be her personality type? That's how I usually do her introductions. And I know that she hates Tomas, so I'm just like, okay, let me say how much she's a #1 fan.
Oh my God, not my testimony on podcast form. It's trials and tribulations.
Good times. Okay, well, we appreciate it. Until next time, everyone.
Bye.